Hi everyone, it's Bridget with Bees Altered Designs. I am showing you my altered styrofoam head. I did it steampunk style, and I just want to give a shout out to Jane at Velocity Vet 08. She is a good friend of mine, and I had emailed her some pictures, and we had conversed back and forth about ideas for this. And, you know, we did it through private messaging, which I think is a really good idea for people to do if they have suggestions. I mean, we all create how we create, and you know, I just think people should respect other people's boundaries about, you know, how, you know, we want to do our projects or whatever. But anyways, enough said about that. I just want to go through what I did here. I'm so excited about this project because I've spent a couple weeks doing it, and it was exciting. So to even do this, because I had never done steampunk before. So let's get started. Okay, so for around the neck, I used the foil tape, which I have sitting over there, that stuff. And then I used brads to make it look like it was tin that was, you know, hooked together with like nails. This is an industrial chic. I'm sorry if this lighting really stinks. But that's an industrial chic piece that Jane sent me in a rack. And it actually opens and there's a scroll inside. So right here is a heart, if you couldn't already tell. There's a valve going down into the shoulder. There's a valve going across into the neck, which I kind of worked out that's the juggler there. But I know it's kind of weird, but I really like it. Here, let me zoom in on it. Oops, that's out. So you can see this. Let the camera focus. I'm hoping the camera will focus. Okay, so I put a spring on there. There's a bolt there. And then here is one of those. I told you I buy the wristbands at garage sales and stuff, and I take them apart. And that worked perfectly. That was one that I took apart, and I E6000 it onto there, and I thought it was perfect. It has the gears in there, and it just worked. It was awesome. That I put on so it would look like a knob. You can turn it. Well, I don't know if it turns anymore. It kind of dried. I thought it would turn. But that's the knob. There's another screw up there, and then there's a bolt with, that's an actual bullet casing right there. And then in the back, you see that copper pipe sticking out of what people probably will think is the ear. But that is actually in the back of the heart, coming out of the back of the heart and going up into the ear, or whatever that black thing that I have hooking out, hooked. So this I made out of, it's so funny because I went in the house to get the aluminum foil because I was trying to figure out how to do this heart. And I cut up beer cans because I was going to actually make it from beer cans. And then it dawned on me when I was stapling the cutouts of the heart together that aluminum foil would be so much easier. So I went in the house and got the aluminum foil, and I used all of what was left. So I have to go and get some. And then I put the tape, this silver tape, over it. And then, of course, I did what I had to do, which I showed you there. The lips are painted black, and I put glossy accents over it, so they have kind of like a shine to them, which I thought was pretty cool. And then that eyeball, I don't know, videotaping it, it looks like it's lit up like a light, but it's really not. It's a crystal. It's off one of the industrial chic pieces that Jane had sent me. And I put it for the eyeball there because there is a woman's eye right there. And there's actually fake eyelashes right there too. I had went and bought and put them on there. Over here is, I did a video on these. That's once again my watch piece with the skull inside with the red eyes. I put that there, but I added, if you look, Steampunk has these goggles that you wear. And I used leather that a good friend of mine, Patricia, had given me. And I made the actual, I made it look like the goggle, except I used wire to wrap it around the head. So I thought that was really cool how that turned out. And you can kind of, you can see the skull now. My daughter told me it was very creepy, but... And then here I put a wing hanging out, and then I added just some little things on the chain that hung down. So, and then up here, I stuck a Tim Holtz light bulb in there, and I used the word inspire. It's wood, and I just painted it and glossy accented it, so it's kind of shiny. So, oh, I never even told you what I did to the thing, the bottom, or the actual styrofoam thing. And if you hold on, I can actually get one. I'm sorry, it's going to be black for a few minutes. In case some of you are wondering what I'm talking about, but it's kind of like one of those things that you put a wig on. So I'll show you. This one the nose is kind of eaten off of or something, but that's what it originally looked like. But I think that's the man, because this one's a little different than the one I just did. I mean, the shapes of the mouth and stuff. But anyway, so that's what it was. So just so you know, and all I did was gessoed it, and then I got this lovely tissue paper, and I believe I got it from Kelly, Creative Curiosities, and I'm sorry to the person if that's not who I got it from, but I believe it was her. And I love this tissue paper. It's just awesome, and it's all about the old, like, shops and stuff, like Ford cars and that kind of stuff. So I thought it was, like, really perfect for this, you know, manufacturers. So I just glued that on there, or decoupaged it on there. So anyway, so I did the inspire, and then if you turn it around, of course, this wire comes around, and then another good friend of mine that I met gave me some copper. It's a roll of copper, and that's what this is on here. It is pieces of copper, and let me see if I can zoom in on it. I just use, these are office brads because they're really, really long, the pointy things. So I use those to hold this on, and I use my vintage. Let me show you. I think these are the three colors I used. I used the clay patina because it's for metal. I used this color, the verdigris, I think that's what you say, how you say it. And then I used the cinnabar patina. And I just dabbed them on this. I used one of these sponges, and I just dabbed it all over. And I'm telling you, I don't know how it's showing up on camera. I mean, I'm looking at the screen, but to me it looks blue. But if you just look at it, I'm sitting here looking at it, it actually makes the copper look like it's old. So I thought that was really cool. So I'll stand up. So here my whole idea was to have a brain coming out of this. So I rolled the copper, and I put my thing away, but you know those tools that you use to carve into wood or to draw on wood? I used one of those. I forgot what they call them. But I took the styrofoam ball and I cut it and I melted it in half with that because it worked perfect for that. And then, I don't know if you can see, but there's little grooves in here, and I kind of did all those squiggly lines that the brain has on it. And then I went into my other shed, and I'm telling you, there's not much on this project that was bought in a store. I mean, a lot of these pieces came from my shed. You know, my son had taken apart I think a snowblower or a lawnmower. He was scrapping it. So he took it all apart, and I asked him to save me the pieces that were inside of it, and he did. I mean, like, this is of course is a Tim Holtz gear, but a lot of these aren't. They're just pieces. That I didn't glue down, but that's they're all pieces from that thing that he took apart. And I wrapped this with wire. It's just awesome. I think that's the only thing in here that is bought in a store on this part of the head. There's a bullet casing up here. There's a key there. I suppose that was bought in a store, but I just stuck it there. I mean, it's just I just think it came out really awesome. It kind of expresses sometimes the way I feel when I have a migraine. I feel like my brain wants to pop out of my head. I know it's just the way it is. If you suffer from migraines, you would know. There's springs coming out of this, just popping out in places. I don't know, it's one of my better pieces. I'm just so excited about it. Okay, I have to actually get down on the floor because I have nothing to put this on. I'm sorry if it's jiggly, because I want to show you the back of the head. Okay, let me move this a little. This lamp is hot now, and I don't want to touch it. It's one of those clip-on lamps that pain in the butt to move, that's for sure. Alright, let's see if that works. I just hate that it shows a shadow. Okay, well, we'll try this. Okay, I'm sorry. So anyways, this is a clock piece that Jane had sent me because I needed it for this. And I just painted it silver, and I believe it's one of the Tim Holtz. So I painted it silver, and I did the bubble technique with the blow dryer and stuff. And I have to tell you, you see this butterfly is coming off. This is so funny. I used the Diamond Dyes butterfly, the smaller one, die. I have to tell you, I love that die. It's just awesome. I can't stop using it. This is aluminum foil. All of these butterflies were made out of aluminum foil. And I have to tell you, I needed metal butterflies, and I don't have many of them, so there wasn't enough for the way I wanted this project to come out. So I had the aluminum foil in here, and I folded it up into like 3s and 4s, and I cut it out with this die, and I glued it on with just hot glue, and I couldn't understand. See, this one is falling off. See, that one fell off. I buy the Reynolds Wrap non-stick aluminum foil. So that is why it comes off, because it's non-stick. So it kind of made me chuckle, and I kept having to put them back on, because these are actually layered. If you see up here, this one is layered. This one's layered. Some of them I got, you know, I didn't open up all the layers. I just left them like that. So I put clock pieces back here to tell the time. And then down here, there's a zipper. There's an owl down here. I wish the lighting was better. Let me see if I can just... See, there's an owl down there, and then the zipper is opened, and that one piece right, actually the hand and the, no big deal. It was just my anchors fell over because of this lamp. I'll pick it all up later. Oh my gosh. So anyways, that came from Sawcrafter's store, that gear clock in there, if you can see it. And that hand came from it too, which I think was really cool. And then there's just nuts and bolts and just odd stuff like springs. There's a pair of scissors over here. There's a screw there. There's some gears, Tim Holtz gears. There's some gears that came out of that lawnmower. There's a key. And of course then there's the butterflies that come up. So here I have a key hanging from the spring. And let me just get up and put this here. Oh, what a mess I have to clean up. Oh my gosh. I told you, this is why I don't do videos often, because if it can happen, it happens to me. So we turn it around, and I have the butterflies all coming out of the clock. And like this one's in 3s. It's just so cool. If you could see it in person, it looks amazing. And the other day I was in, well, it wasn't the other day, it was a while ago, I was in, oh God, I think it's Marshall's. And they had some punches there, and I picked them up not looking at them. And look at these. Isn't that not the cutest thing? They're kid punches. This is a ladybug, and it's a butterfly, so I used that one to do the little butterflies. Because I wanted some little ones too, along with the big ones. So this is what the other side of the head looks like. Come down, and then the butterflies come down the side, and then you're right back to the beginning. So I know it was long explaining this and stuff, but there was no easier way to explain it, and I just I just think it came out so cool, and I absolutely love this project. And believe it or not, I'm going to go put this on my dresser in my bedroom because I'm just awed by this thing. I'm shocked with myself that I did this. So, anyways, I really appreciate everybody watching and leaving comments, and I hope you all have a good day or night. Thanks.